This is Revant. So as an extension to the milestone 1 that we had in the project, this video tutorial describes about extending the build definitions for the iTrust application to include the ability to run the test suite, measure curve coverage, and report the results in the Jenkins server itself. So for this, we have chosen an EC2 instance against which we'll be running the installation of Jenkins server, setting up the MySQL, Maven, and again a Jenkins job for which we'll be getting the code coverage for the iTrust application. So let's go ahead and run the configuration.yaml file. So this YAML file will be running against the EC2 instance that I've just shown you. So let me just trigger this YAML file. Meanwhile, we'll look at the configuration.yaml file and see what it does in the backend. So before we do any tasks, we make sure that the Python 2 is available in the EC2 instance. We install the necessary Java packages. So for installing the Jenkins server, we need to have the Jenkins key to be present. And then we install the necessary packages like Jenkins, Git, Node.js, npm. As well as we have to set up the MySQL server for the iTrust application to run properly. Post that, we have to install the Maven so that we can run the Maven package or Maven compile commands for the build of iTrust application. These things are necessary for disabling the security for the Jenkins server. So install additional plugins for the Jenkins server as well. So the Jenkins server can pull the code from the Git repository using the Git plugin, can do the post build tasks using this plugin, and for the Jenkins server to read the code coverage or the test results for the build process of an iTrust application is through Jacoco plugin. So it reads all the class files that the build process has generated. It reads the coverage report and put it up in the UI so that the people can look at it. So after we install the plugins to the Jenkins server, we restart the Jenkins server. We add the credentials in the Jenkins server so that it can pull the iTrust application code. And finally, we upload the iTrust job using the iTrust job.xml file where we define the Jenkins job itself. So let me pause the video for a while here as the playbook runs. So the playbook execution has been done. So as we can see here, there are 3 plugins that we have installed for the Jenkins server: Git, post build task, and Jacoco. We have added the credentials and we have created the job in the iTrust for the iTrust in the Jenkins server. So let's go look at the Jenkins server. So let's pull up the IP address. So the Jenkins server is up and running now. So as soon as we have posted the iTrust job in the Jenkins server, it triggers the build. Let's look at the console log for the build process. So as the build process goes through, we'll just take a quick look at the iTrust job configuration. So for the first milestone, we had Maven compile as our build command. Now that we have changed it to Maven package so that it runs the tests as well. If you look at the post build actions, this is where we spin up a new VM after the build gets succeeded. So let's go back to the build. So as we can see now, this is running the tests. So the test will take a while. Let me pause the video for a second right now. and we'll get back to it once it's done. So as we can see here, the build process has been completed. So all the tests have been run. There are 0 failures. So if we go to the end, we'll see the Jacoco plugin comes into the picture, collecting all the Jacoco coverage data of this build process. Let's look at how this data is organized in the Jenkins server. So if you go to the iTrust job, we'll get this code coverage trend in the right hand side of the page. So if we click on this code coverage trend, we'll get to see the coverage for each class. What's the branch coverage, what's the instruction coverage, what's the complexity. So we get all this information from the Jacoco plugin, as we can see here. So this is how we get the coverage report for a build process using the Jacoco plugin. Alright, that sums up the video. Thank you.